What's up, guys? Erebus here with some more Dark Souls 3 fun times. Not too much of a theme today, other than that we're going to be on my SL15 chap. This is one of my favorite invasion builds, to be honest. It's about done at this point. I think I'm about finalized on his gear and everything. There's been a few changes, over the course of my using him, but I think I've settled. Here with the target shield, the longsword +2, and a fire dagger +2 for crits. Pretty sure I'm going to be sticking here. So, at any rate, with this first invasion, you saw that Phantom get just decimated, and Host is running. I don't know where he was planning to run originally, but I think he realized, oh crap, there's enemies this way. Because he comes back after that. And now he's going to get roll caught repeatedly. And then he makes the mistake of falling. Doesn't get the chance to drink because I give him a drop attack. It's just a nice, clean invasion. A lot of fun when it's one of those things where when everything goes right, it's just delightful. Now, not everything goes right in this one, but it's still hilarious. This host over here, what I assume to be Turd Ferguson, is a parry lord. And he's a lot of fun. So I come in, now they're not paying attention, so I go ahead and backstab the Phantom to start us off. He is able to heal up, so it doesn't help that much, other than to have taken down some of his Estus. And you see they are just wailing on me, and between my health and my absorption, no big deal. And I'm sure their weapon upgrade level is lower than mine as well, which that helps. One of the reasons I like invading this area, especially recently, is because I do find that. Look at those parries. Look at them go. You see him a lot in the background doing that. Not usually even when I'm in his face. I try to give him one and fail, sadly. But, yeah, there's going to be a lot more where that came from, I'm sure. There's already been a lot, there's going to be a lot more. Oh, there's another one. What do you know? I really had to get that sound effect that, everyone else has. You know the one. Nope. It probably gave me a headache, though, with a guy like this, hearing nope that many times. But at any rate, Phantom's now dead. I know he's a parry king, so I just walk around him. Get the backstab. Go for the weapon arc chase down, don't get it, sadly. He's able to heal up, but I know he's going to parry again. But first he's just going to stand there for a minute. Not sure what he was doing there. I was trying to Barker bomb bait him, to be honest. But doesn't really matter in the end. I know what he's about. No, it looks like that Hunter Charm actually missed him, but I don't think he has any more Estus. So he's a running. So you see I've got my bombs at the ready, so I'm just going to chuck one once I'm reasonably certain he's not looking at me anymore. He's looking ahead. And I got him. Oh, Parry Lord confirmed. GG, buddy. Now I'm starting off fast motion on this one because the first part is not as interesting. This pair actually made a pretty good team together as a straight sword shield user and a pyromancer, and they were doing a pretty good job of whipping me, to be honest, for a while here. Problem is I then get the Sun Bro down over into this area, and the host doesn't follow. So now he's got to contend with me by himself, and that's a whole other ball game. So you see me here going for some parries. I mean, I've got a target shield at this point, so you should just know what's going to happen. There I did a nice R2 into his face when he came running in. Of course he's still got Estus, so battle's nowhere near over. I'll go ahead and leave my health at this point for now because I want him to come in. Then I decided to try the Estus bait. It doesn't work. It's a whole lot of tactics not working for me. just in general. He tried to go for that turtle backstab, which thankfully he did not get. That would have irritated me. And now I've worn him down, and that's the end of that. So, not too much to say about it. But now I'm going to go try to find the host, who's now by themselves. Now, last I saw said host, they were up here, kind of blocking the way with the Phantom. So I'm kind of slowly checking around to see where they might be at, and I see the Evangelist up here. That doesn't go anywhere, so I'm thinking maybe over here. The host appears. And now it's time for the chase down. Looks like they're out of Estus and don't want to contend with me and the Evangelist. Understandable. Now Hodrick is in play as well. They go ahead and get the bonfire. I knew that first backstab wasn't going to work, but I was hoping that the second one would, right as they got out of the bonfire animation. Didn't, but I tried. Here they go for that third R1, and that I am able to parry. Even though they only had 14 health, so the riposte seems a bit unnecessary, but it is what it is. And I give him a little waggle. That was another good one. I recently edited and did the commentary for the Scum host video. So now in watching these, I'm like, oh, these were so good. Just because they weren't that. Anytime I can get a good clean fight, I'm pretty happy. Speaking of good clean fights, I don't know what was going on here. These dudes just decided to completely bypass me. I guess he was going for the ashes, maybe? No, because he turns around. I don't know. I don't know where he's going or what he's doing. Go for the parry after the R1 trade. That's something that most people do. If you hit R1 at the same time and trade, so if there's a bit of a stun there, most people will swing again with light attack. Not everyone. There's plenty of people that don't do it, in fact, but a lot of people will. So now it's time for chase down. And you see me trying to take care of him with bombs. He got a heal off and was able to block and got another heal off, so he's not in too bad a shape now. And now you see me go for that trade parry again, because just like his buddy, he fell for it. Waited for the third one on that one because the angling on the second one I didn't like, so I decided to just stick with trading on the second one and go for the parry on number 3. Made me take a little bit more damage, but looking at my health, it was not something to be concerned about. First part of this one's going to be sped up too, only because it's a whole lot of me getting hit and then backing off and not too much else. But we have here with got a host and the overleveled Phantom using the Exile and also having the Ethereal Oak Shield. And yeah, I mean, straight sword against a big curved greatsword is a tough situation. Now I do know those are parryable, but it's not something that I have the timing down on. So it's not something I'm generally going to try. But now you see my health is pretty low. This guy's coming in. I'm going to go with the Estus bait, and it worked. So, hurrah. Running attacks I'm pretty happy with parrying. I'm pretty good with it, rather. So, the Estus bait is one of my favorite things to do. And it still gets a lot of people. Some people have wisened up to it, and they'll jump attack to punish your Estus, or they'll try to backstab, or they'll charge an R2, do something, but there are still quite a few people that will just come in with the light attack, or even better, a running attack, which is very easy to punish. And of course the host was no real challenge once the Phantom was gone. Now here, I'm in the same exact spot. This is also a pretty interesting place to invade with the dogs. The host is a bit dubious about whether to come down or not at first, I think, but the Phantom comes charging in. I go for the backstab, or the parry rather, when he tries to backstab, because he clearly thought I was AFK. Now I've got him caught in the corner, but that quickly turns on me there. I get caught in the corner. But Phantom has very little health, and now he's focused on the dogs instead of me, so I'm going to try to just finish him off real quick before he can heal. And I'm able to. No Estus for you. So go ahead and drink myself because my health's a bit low. Don't go for the parry on that one because there was no time. And what do you know? He's got swords he shouldn't have yet. That's okay. Is a lot of happens with a lot of people. Go yet again for that after trade parry. It's just very reliable, particularly at low levels. I feel like people are less liable to do something other than the spam. Go ahead and hit him with that Undead Hunter Charm because I don't know how much health he's got left, and I'm not willing to just have a chug off. Realistically, I probably have about the same amount of Estus he does, possibly more, but it just adds unnecessary length to the invasion when everybody's just standing around chugging. So the rest of it, pretty standard. Now he's running, and I know he's going to go for the lever. He's going to try to get that bonfire. I go ahead and drink because I know I can't backstab him while he's doing it. Try to hit him right at the end of the animation and don't get it, sadly. He just wants that bonfire, and it is denied. I don't feel too bad about it, though, because it's one of the easier bonfires to get because it's right there. Now this I just straight up cut out the first part because it wasn't that interesting, but this is hilarious. Phantom backs off from the host, so I pretend to charge at him and just bait that straight out. That was just incredibly fun. They do survive, but sadly they panic roll, and I'm able to get the roll catch. And host is very quickly dispatched after that between me and the PvE. It was real quick once the Phantom was gone. So right off the bat here, I'm seeing that a blue's coming in. I see turtling host. I don't even bother with anything. Just straight for the host. It's going to turtle in my face. I'm going to punish it. And turns out that's all that I needed for the invasion. That was the whole thing. Probably the fastest invasion I've ever had in my life. This one was fun. Level 15 at the Cathedral. Originally, I was more or less dueling the Phantom here, the overleveled Phantom that is a Black Knight. But as soon as that parry happened on the axe, host jumped straight in, was like, no, you can't kill my Phantom. And then there was a good deal of sort of half fighting, half backing down, then some goofing off with no one acquiescing to the other's choice of battleground. And then they just ran away. So then I started chasing. Of course, they're going back to the Cathedral because that's where it's nice and safe. So now we're going to battle here. And I don't feel great about it, but honestly, at this point, I don't feel that bad either. I wasn't backing off originally because I was particularly frightened. It was more just wanting to be in control. And here you see I go ahead and get another parry on this Phantom. And I see the host not coming for me, so I'm going to chase him down. Go for the kill. Oh, what do you know? Connection error. Got some choice words for that fellow, but I'll save them. So here we have a Sunbro. Just took down the settlement fellow with machete. I did a good job, but sadly turtled up against me. Never turtle against a straight sword if you have a light or medium shield. Just don't ever do it. Unless you have a great shield, you cannot handle the weapon art from the straight sword. Or if you're over-leveled and have a ton of stamina, I mean, of course you can, but otherwise, don't do it. Now this one's pretty frustrating for me because both of these fellows are fellow turtlers, just like the Sunbro. So I'm just wanting to get that D-shield weapon art going. But they're doing a pretty good job of staying the hell away from me. That ultra defense meta that they've got going on is it's pretty strong, but it's pretty irritating. I just want to fight. Oh, even see there, like the host just ran in just to leave. There they ended up catching me, and I didn't think they would. Phantom range is a pain sometimes. I actually get the D shield there, but I don't get the riposte. Just take a swipe. Also get the D shield there, but don't get anything because the Phantom runs in. And he gets a couple good hits on me there. That one hit me long after the fact. And now the host is shooting arrows at me while this guy is hitting me, so it's giving me kind of weird stagger patterns, and I'm taking weird damage. I didn't actually get what was happening right there until I just had looked up and saw the host. He had a bow for a second there. Now that the Phantom's dead, though, he's back to his sword, and he is running for his life. Which is always what happens when a host loses their Phantoms. They're only brave when they have friends. By themselves, they're not. Not even a little bit. So go ahead and get the guard break here. Riposte him. He's able to get a drink in, sadly. Was going for the backstab there. The weird rotating around people backstab. Didn't get it. He's going to get another drink. Now, sadly, I'm out of FP, and I don't carry Ashton Estus with me. I probably should, realistically, have one. Now here I got the D shield, but wasn't expecting it, and wound up behind him. So I went with the backstab. And now I'm just wailing on that shield, because I don't think he's going to even try to parry. I actually didn't look at what shield he has, so I don't know if he can. But I don't think he's going to try anyway, so I just wail on it to break his guard. And ends up working out for me. I did break his guard and get the riposte. Now we're starting off, once again, super fast forward. This was a horrifically annoying invasion. So we got some dwarf dudes. The Phantom died. Host is originally pretending to duel me, then starts drinking, which is irritating. But the fight continues. He's got that halberd. I am not great at fighting those, to be honest. It doesn't really even matter what I have. I'm just not great with it. Great against it, rather. Then he starts doing weird things like standing by ledges. I think he's wanting to knock me off, but I'm not really sure what his goal is. Now he's summoning. So all this after what was supposed to be a duel, in my mind at least. So he's got his Phantom back. This is the same one that died the moment I loaded in to PvE. But now the host has switched to shooting little pew-pews, and that's just irritating. So just going to be dancing around a little bit, And a lot of movement, a lot of damage, but not a whole lot of actual anything substantial happening. Until about now. He's coming out with that spiked mace for the running attack. And he'd already done a couple running attacks leading up to that, so I was able to read that it was going to be a running attack rather than a jumping attack. Go ahead and get the parry riposte and take him out. So now the host is once again alone and on the cliff. So I throw a bomb. Because I don't want to get near that cliff, because I don't know if they've got force or what, but I don't trust people with near cliffs, especially not if they're wearing friggin' thrall hats. Now right off the bat, this one's a bit different. Parry King Hodrick is around. So, going to dart over here and see what's going on. And it looks like it's a host and a Phantom. Team backstabbing Hodrick. So I decide I can't allow that, and I'm going to have to interject here, but I have to be careful a little bit because, of course, Hodrick is he'll aggro to anything that's close to him. So, in terms of players at least, so he will absolutely fight me if I get too close or accidentally whack him or whatever. And see there, he was just about to swing at me, but the Phantom got a backstab. So I'm kind of trying to pop in and out here without getting Hodrick's attention. Now I know there's a blue as well, so I'm trying to keep an eye out for that. Meanwhile, go after best stock user over here. And there's the blue. Alright, so I see that the Phantom is engaged with Hodrick. The blue and the host are both coming for me. So I'm going to use that Estus bait. Sadly, does not work. This chap is alternating. He's got swords in two different hands and is alternating them. There I hit roll too late and couldn't actually roll out of the way. I'd been hit by the time that it registered, sadly. So some more failed parries later. But now we're getting somewhere. So now the host is contending with Hodrick. The Phantom is coming for me, but backing up as well because I'm not sure where they should go. Ultimately, he makes the decision to go help the host with Hodrick, and that gives me the time to kill the blue. So now the blue's out of the way. Hodrick is still in play at the moment, so I come over and beat on the host a little bit because he was looking like he was getting ready to kill Hodrick. Thanks, Hodrick. Goes ahead and slaps me. And then dies, which realistically is easier for me. It's less of a battle royale, and you know, a 2v1 is better than a 2.5 versus a 1.5. So go ahead and combo the Phantom to death. And now it's just me and Host Buddy. Now he's going to do something great here. Look at that. That was great, actually. Used the spell to lure me in, knowing that I would slap at him, and went for the prediction parry. It was an excellent, excellent move. And then hit me with the Undead Hunter Charm as well. Now, of course, like any true parry king, once I've been parried, I really want to parry back. So you see me making multiple just silly attempts to parry that they were just bad. There's no getting around it. They were just bad parry attempts because I don't like being parried, and I wanted to parry back, which I don't get to do, but I do keep things a little interesting with my timings and whatnot, so that even if you were to throw another parry, it'd be hard to get it. To his credit, he actually doesn't try to repeat that, but that's the end of that. I go ahead and give him a bow as well at the end because that sorcery bait to the parry was just superb. Gotta give respect where respect is due. Speaking of respect and disrespect, this was a fun one. So I encounter this crew over here. They've already killed all the enemies. So I'm thinking, okay, this is not going to go well for me. But there, the Phantom just sat down. The other Phantom, rather. And the host now is also sitting. So it's just going to be a 1v1. You see me there trying to parry a jumping attack, which was just silly. I'd already thrown out a parry before, so he knew not to be absent-minded. He was a better player than I originally gave him credit for. But now I'm taking it a little more seriously. He did go for the rolling attack. Now the host comes running over with his shield up, and I'm getting a little concerned. So you see me unlock and look around to see where the host is at. Almost costs me the match there if he did more damage or had wailed on me a bit more. Goes for the rolling attack again. I realistically should have punished it, but I didn't. With the parry specifically. But I did get him afterwards. So now it's time for Phantom number 2. And immediately the host is being aggressive. I didn't delay that R2 at all. So Phantom gets a nice parry. But then goes to wailing on me. So I return the parry on Wake Up, and one of us has the Horner Ring. So that's all there is to that. As I'm about to bow to this Phantom, I go ahead and do bow. I'm looking around, I don't see the host. So even though his phantoms were quite honorable, the host is not. So that's why we have respect and disrespect in the same spot here. Those phantoms, both good players, honorable. Overall, just seem like cool folks. Host, scum. Not quite scummy enough for my scum video, but, you know, maybe like a level or two above that level of scum. So he ran, and specifically he's hiding. He's right here. I was hoping I wouldn't find him. So I give him a little run in a circle. Just be like, hey, it's your turn now, buddy. Let's go. Coming in with the Dark Sword, some weird lag, which makes me very concerned. But here I come. I've just got my Dark Hand out at this point, because he's turtling so much. I want to hit behind the shield with the Dark Hand to the degree that I can. I could have de-shielded him, but I didn't feel like it, to be honest. And just all the blocking in the world. I was kind of hoping to knock him off the ledge there, which I didn't, but I did eventually get him. GG, everybody but that guy. Anyway, that's it for today, everybody. Thanks for watching, as always.